Hello and welcome back. Today we're doing puzzle number 55 in the Fiendish Logic Puzzle book from Puzzle Baron and Stephen P. Ryder. This one is called Golf Legends, and we have 7 golfers from history who won in 7 different years with an increment of 1 year apart at 7 different courses with 7 different scores. And remember, low score wins in golf. So let's go through this. You may notice I have some markings here. Not my first time trying to do this one. I didn't get stuck. I was just sneezing a lot, so I thought I'd spare you all from hearing me sniffle. Okay, we start out for clue number 1 with 2 in the same category, which is great. So for number 1, of the 2 players who won with scores of 60 and 67, one won at Scotch Pines, the other was Leslie Lane. So Leslie Lane can only be 60 or 67, and Scotch Pines can only be 60 or 67. Lovely. Oh, and of course, Leslie Lane cannot be Scotch Pines. Number 2, of the golfer who emerged victorious at Amble Glen, the golfer who won for a tournament 4 years after the woman who scored 62, not at Spotswood. So 62 is not Spotswood. Okay, and Amble Glen is a whopping 4 years after 62. So if 62 is the very earliest, the earliest Amble Glen can be is 4 years after that, which is 24. And if 62 is the very last, and if Amble Glen's the very last, the latest 62 can be is 4 years before that, which is 22. Good. Okay, and obviously 62 can't be Amble Glen either. Number 3, whoever scored the 63 won her tournament 2 years after the woman at Cowbush Cove. So 63 is not Cowbush Cove, and it's 2 years after. Speaking of 63, Pamela Pete was either the golfer who scored 63, or she won in 1926. So remember, 63 is 2 before Cowbush Cove, but also Pamela Pete has to either be 2026 because that's the decade we're in now. It was either 1926 or any year that 63 can be. So these are right out. Number 5, Nellie Nolan won her tournament 1 year before 65, who won her own tournament sometime before Inez. I actually wrote out the relationships down here before. So Nellie is 1 year before 65. 65 is some amount before Inez. Okay. So how about this? Okay, so let's say 65 can't be last. 65 can't be first. Nellie can't be last, because Nellie has to be 1 year before 65. Now Inez has to be sometime after 65. Good. Oh. And so 65 can't be the last one, because there's nothing after that. Which means that Nellie Nolan can't be 1 year before that. Good. Number 6, the woman from 1923 was either Cowbush Cove or Bonita Bits. So Bonita Bits is not Cowbush Cove. Okay. Number 7, the golfer who scored a 66 won her tournament 2 years after Carrie Cole. Okay, so 66 is 2 years after Carrie Cole. So if Carrie Cole was the very first, the earliest 66 could be is 2 years after that. And if 66 was the very last, you get the idea. Okay. And of course, Carrie Cole can't be 66. All right. Number 8, Bonita Bits won her tournament sometime after the golfer who scored 60, which means she can't be 60, who won her own tournament sometime after Nellie Nolan. Okay. So 60, let's start. 60 won her tournament sometime after Nellie Nolan. Good. And Benita Bits has to be sometime after that. All right. Now 60 can't be the last because you have to have Benita Bits before it. And Nellie Nolan already can't be. So we're good. And of course, do I have that Nellie Nolan can't be 60? Amble Glen occurred 1 year before Leslie Lane. So 62 is 4 years before Amble Glen, and Leslie Lane is 1 year for Amble Glen. No, other way around. Occurred 1 year before, so plus 1, Leslie Lane. Okay, that's great. So Leslie Lane is 1 year after that. Good. Lovely. And that means that now that Amble Glen can't be the last one. 1, 2, what can't be? Amble Glen was 62. It was 4 years, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That means Pamela Peet can't be 62. Inez can't be 62. Benita Bits can't be 62. And obviously Leslie Lane couldn't be 62 already. Matter of fact, Leslie Lane can only be 60 or 67. Does that mean anything? No. Okay. Carrie Cole won her tournament 1 year after the person who scored a 65. Okay, so Carrie can't be 65. And oh yeah, and Inez also can't be 65. And Nellie Nolan also can't be 65. Did I do this one or did I skip it? No, I got it. Okay, this wasn't thorough enough. Okay, so Carrie Cole won her tournament 1 year after 65. About to sneeze. Okay, and because Carrie Cole, no, that's Cowbush Cove. Because Carrie Cole has to be 2 years before 66, it's already narrowed down some. So that tells us that 65 after. There. Very good. Now, both Shari Steele and Nellie Nolan can only be 20 or 21. So nobody else can take that, since they can't be any other value, because then there would be nothing in that. If any other year took that person, then there'd be nothing in the column, in the row. Okay, they also can't be 63 or 66. Amble Glen. Also, Nellie Nolan is 1 year before 65. Who is sometime before Inez, so that's fine. So now we're at a point where 1921 must either be Nellie Nolan or 1965, because they only have 2 slots apiece and they share a row. So Nellie Nolan could be here and 65 could be 21, Or Nellie Nolan could be 21 and 65 could be here. But if anything else took this slot, then Nellie would be here, 65 would be there, in which case they wouldn't be 1 year apart. So that's bad. Okay? And these are in different categories. So we just have to keep a note that anyone who can't be 65 can't be 21. Well, Nellie Nolan and Sherry Steele are already the only ones who could be 21. So how about any number that, any score, that Nellie Nolan can't be 21. So she couldn't be 60. She couldn't be 63. We got that. Couldn't be 66. Okay, well, we got the 60 thing. That's not nothing. That also tells us that Sherry Steele can't be 60, so even better. Inez won her tournament sometime before the golfer who won at Willow Grove. Before Willow Grove, okay. So Willow Grove must be after Inez. Okay. And Inez can't be last because she has to be before Willow Grove. And Inez, no, before 65 won her own tournament before Inez. Oh, well, I think we're fine there. Okay, so Inez isn't at Willow Grove either. Good. Speaking of Willow Grove, 67 is not Willow Grove or Spotswood. And finally, there was no tournament at Juniper Hills in 25. Where is it? There we go. Okay, we made great progress on that round. Nothing to put on the chart yet, but still very good. Okay, let's start back at the top. Take it from the top. Okay. 60 and 67. One is Scotch Pines, the other's Leslie Lane. And 67... So 67 has to be Scotch Pine or Leslie Lane, but it can't be Willow Grove or Spotswood. Anything else about 25, 70, 67? Okay. Amble Glen won 4 years after 62. Which wasn't at Spotswood. Amble Glen, we can narrow that down a smidge. A smidge. 63 is 2 years after Cowbush Cove. That should still be good. Pamela Pete was either 63, or 26. So 63, 59, 66, or 67. 59, 63, 66, or 67. Nellie Nolan is 1 year before 65. Okay, so No, I'm wrong. Okay. 23 is either Cowbush Cove or Bonita Bits. Hmm. 66 is 2 years after Carrie Cole. Oh, that can be narrowed down. 2 years after Carrie Cole. There we go. Oh no. 66 can't be Cowbush Cove. Bonita Bits has to be sometime after 60. Oh! Bonita Bits must be sometime after 60. Good. Okay. Amber Glen is 1 year before Leslie Lane. Oh, there's another one. For the same reason as the 65 and the Nellie Nolan, 1925 can only be Leslie Lane or Amber Glen. Again, they're in different categories, but maybe we can find some common ground. So, for example, Leslie Lane can't be Scotch Pines, and Scotch Pines obviously couldn't be Amber Glen, so Scotch Pines can't be 25. Carrie won her tournament 1 year after 65. Oh. Am I looking at this correctly? Lovely. Okay. 1 year after. Good. Good. Bad. And again, 22 has to be 65 or Carrie Cole. Let's see. Well, Carrie Cole can't be 62. Doesn't line up. Nez won her tournament before Willow Grove. And 67 wasn't Willow Grove or Spotswood. Okay, all right. Fletch Pine and Leslie Lane. Okay. 66 has to be 2 years after Carrie Cole. 2, so that's good. 1, 2, that's good. But now 1, 2, that's not so good. Okay, so 1926 can only be 59 or 67, only the most or the least. Or other way around, because it's golf. And low score wins in golf. Okay, now Carrie Cole can't be Amble Glenn. We'll get rid of that. Could 66 be Amble Glenn? Because they line up exactly. Let's get some relationships, eh? Let's see. Okay, I don't know. 66. And I'm rewriting this. I don't know if it's showing on the screen. It might have been cut off. But okay, so 66 is 2 more than Carrie Cole. And Carrie Cole is 1 more than 65. All right, Amble Glenn. Amble Glenn is 4 years. After 62. Have I stumbled upon something? Because, let's see. Right now I have it that 62 is 1 more than 65. Let's see, 65. Anything but 65. Ellie Nolan, one year before 65. Okay, 1 year before 65 is Nellie. All right, so 65 is 1 year. Cool. 1 year before Carrie Cole, and 1 year. Oh, yeah, buddy. Okay. No, I need to write it over here. Okay, so we have 65. Nellie Nolan is 1 before. Carrie Cole is 1 year after. And then at some point after that, presumably after Carrie Cole, because Carrie Cole is just 1 year after, is Inez. So Inez has to be more than Carrie Cole, right? Because it has to be more than 65, and the slot exactly 1 year after 65 is taken by Carrie Cole. So Inez would have to be farther away. Now, 22 can only be Carrie Cole or Pamela Pete. Are there any things that neither of them can be? Okay. Well, neither of them can be 62, but that's already... Okay, that's not very helpful. Okay. 1922 can only be Carrie Cole or Pamela Pete. Neither of them can be 65. So we eliminate 65 from 22. Because, why can't Pamela Pete? Yeah, because, yeah. 26. Okay, good. So that gives us our 65 here. And the year after that is Carrie Cole. And the year before that is Nellie Nolan. And that gives us our Shari Steele as well, right? It feels like a new, like I've never used that to solve a puzzle before. A new theory. Or method, that's the word. Okay. And then sometime before Inez. So Inez is good. Okay, good. Now, 1923 has to either be Cowbush Cove or Bonita Bits. So let's keep an eye on that. Oh, 66 is 2 years after Carrie Cole. 24. Oh, 62 is Nellie Nolan. Shari Steele is 65. Okay, 66. Looks good to me. Lovely. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Okay. 60 is sometime after Nellie Nolan. She's the very first, so I think that's okay. Okay, Pamela Pete. Either 63. That's still good. Okay, 63 is 2 years after Cowbush Cove. So we can eliminate that. Good, good. Okay, but 1923 could still be Cowbush Cove. And before Willow Grove, so we'll get rid of that. Excuse me. And 67 isn't Willow Grove or Spotswood. Okay, let's fill in the board a little bit and start at the top. Nellie Nolan is 62. Shari Steele, 65. Carrie Cole, and then 66. Okay. Number 1 of 60 and 67, one is Scotch Pines, the other is Leslie Lane. Well, how about this? We now have a lot of numbers that aren't 60 or 67. And since they're in the same category, none of those numbers could be Scotch Pines or Leslie Lane, but not really affected at this point, so Scotch pines couldn't be 62, 65, or 66. It could only be 67 or 60. And that means Scotch pines. Go. Amble Glen is oh, I missed this. Amble Glen is 4 years after 62. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amble Glen. And yes, my hypothesis is correct. Amble Glen is 66. Amble Glen is 1 year before Leslie Lane. Who must be 60 or 67. Very good. And can't be Scotch pines, but we got that. Oh, 62 isn't Spotswood. Or Willow Grove. Okay. 63 is 2 years after Cowbush Cove. I know we just deleted it. Okay. So now Cowbush Cove. Now 1925 can't be 63. It has to be 60 or 67 as per Leslie Lane. So Cowbush Code can't be 2 years before that. That means it can't be 1923. It has to be Bonita Bits. That gives us our Inez and our Pamela Pete. That gives us everything. Let me fix that 1X. Lovely. Inez, Leslie Lane, and Pamela Pete. Hey, how come Inez doesn't have a last name? Alright. So, Camp. Bonita Bits sometime after 60. That means Leslie Lane has to be 67. So Scotch Pines has to be 60. $1926 is 59. That means Pamela Pete is our winner. Woo! Okay. Inez sometime before Willow Grove. That's good. 67, not Willow Grove or Spotswood. It's right there. Oh, that only leaves Pennyfoot. Very helpful clue. Especially since I don't think we knew anything about Pennyfoot from any of these clues. Nolan goes here. Pennyfoot goes here. Very good. Okay. 66 is there. Okay, good. Okay, that's all the numbers. Let's see, 63 is Benita Bits. Right, is that possible? Yes. Oops, forget that. Yeah. And 60 is Carrie Cole. Very good. Okay. So 67 is Scotch. No, that won't work. No, that wouldn't. Oh, no, excuse me. It does work, thank goodness, because it's Leslie Lane. I'm like, 67 has to be Scotch Pines. But it doesn't, because Scotch Pines is 60. Oh, I was panicking for a minute there. Okay. Nellie Nolan. Oh, Willow Grove. Right there, Pamela Pete, and 59. Cowbush Cove. 63 is 2 years after Cowbush Cove. So where's 63? 1, 2, Cowbush Cove. Okay. And that should be everything. 63 becomes Spotswood. And 62 becomes Juniper Hills. And that's everything. Fill it in. Okay, so in 1920 we had Nellie Nolan with a 62 at Juniper Hills. Then in 1921 we had Shari Smith with the 65 at Cowbush Cove. In 22, we had Carrie Cole with a 60 at Scotch Pines. 23 was Benita Bits with a 63 at Spotswood. 24 was Inez with 66 at Amble Green. Then Leslie Lane with 67 at Pennyfoot. And last but not least, we had Pamela Pete with a 59 at Willow Grove. Now let's check our answers in the back of the book. 55. Okay, so Nellie Nolan, Sherry Steele, Carrie Cole, Benita Bits. Inez, Leslie Lane, Pamela Peak, good. 62, 65, 60, 63, 66, 67, 59, good. Juniper, Cowbush, Scotch, Spotswood, Amble Glen, Pennyfoot, and Willow Grove. We got it. All right. Now I'm going to quickly... I guess there's a little bit left to fill in. I'm going to very quickly fill out the rest of the board, and thank you all so much for watching. Voila. Thanks for watching.